Hello, hello! I'm really excited for this. I've already reviewed the pink palette, the Pink Love palette from Charlotte Tilbury. I had never tried an eyeshadow from Charlotte Tilbury before, a powder shadow, and so I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it. I wasn't sure, if these formulas were gonna be like the previous ones, that I could go off of other people's reviews on. I had no idea. So I tried the Pink Love palette. I really liked it. And I'm trying to get more into some color eyeshadows. So I had also points and I also had a $20 off. I ended up being able to get this for $23 at Ulta. It just all worked out, and it may be really expensive for $60, but at $23, I'm willing to do that. So let's open it up. I'm so excited. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Part of me is so excited and part of me is scared because I haven't really gotten into color, and I tried the Lisa Eldridge Sorcery palette and I loved the colors so much, but it hurt my eyes. So I know that this formula is not going to hurt my eyes. Let's swatch it. Let's do my version of swatches. So I tend to do swatches a little differently than most people. I really like to apply as you're going to apply to your eyelids. That means I use a brush for the mattes. I like to see what it's like to just kind of tap some of the shimmers on, because that's how a lot of us apply shimmers to our eyelids. And then I'll try to look at a shimmer over a matte so we get an idea of what that will look like on our eyelids. If you are using glitter glue, then it'll look a little bit more like a traditional swatch, so I'll also try to do that. Let's get started with the mattes. So this middle row are the mattes, and then up here these two and this one are the micro glitters. I loved that formula in the Pink Love one, and then these two down here and this one up in the corner, those are the micro glitters. So let's get to it. I'm going to start with the lightest matte, and these are pigmented. They are pigmented. You get a little bit of kick up in the palette. Oh wow, so very different looks here. This one is a bit more sky blue, almost going to the green side. This is going a bit more toward the purple side. I mean, it's definitely blue. But you don't have to build these up. These can be kind of subtle. They can almost get to this one can almost look a little gray. I think that could be a good transition color. Yeah, I think the darkest one would be great as a liner. It doesn't, is it a navy blue? It almost looks like a little bit of a subtle black. That is not a scary color. These two are definitely not scary. This one for an eyelid, putting some shimmer over it, I bet would be definitely not scary. So far, I'm thinking safe for work. Okay, let's get into the micro glitters. And those are these three shades. And I want to show them on their own and then what they would look like over a matte. So let's start with the lightest one. They feel so smooth. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is a lot more intense than the one in the Pink Love. That might be my favorite eyeshadow ever now. Okay, so under the flashlight, you can see that it glimmers, but you cannot see any individual micro glitters. At least I can't. Very reflective, very wet looking, but it does not look glittery. Oh, wow. Oh wow, this is a lot more intense than the same one from the Pink Love palette. Let's put it over a matte. Let's say this is a lid shade. I'm gonna go with this lightest blue. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. It's gorgeous on its own. It's gorgeous over a matte. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, I'm in love. I'm so glad that I got this. Let's try the middle deepest micro glitter here. That is a very pretty color. It has less impact and shine than the first, than this than this metallic, but it's a very nice, pretty color. And you can tell a very different tone than this. Let's put that one over this matte. Oh yeah, it just adds an absolute layer of beauty over that matte. You know, this was the matte, that same matte, and then here it just amps it up a level. Oh, it is so pretty. Okay, so now we have the fun micro glitters. All right. A diamond dimension, a crystal chrome, and a crystal pop. All right. So let's first do the diamond dimension. This was a very just incredible shade in the pink love one. So let's see what it's like here. So first let's just tap it on. And if you tap it on already, you know, it is a topper shade without much, without much base pigment. It has a different effect than than that white satin. It does feel a little bit more glittery, a little bit more scattered, whereas the white satin is just pure wet reflective looking. And you can get some, I don't know, some kind of bluish sparkles kind of jumping out at you. All right, let's see that one over a matte. Let's go with the lightest matte. Okay, yeah. It's special, it's gorgeous. It definitely has more of a kind of sparkled look. It's not chunky glitter, but as the light changes, you can definitely see different micro glitters jumping out. Unlike this up here. And I wanted to try, I saw Millie at Bad to the Brow use a silicone applicator, and I want to see what that is like. If you just dig into it, it's supposed to foil it from the beginning. So let's see if it works with this. Yeah, yeah. I would say that it's going to pick up well on this type of silicone applicator. That's nice to know. And let's see what it's like just built up. So when it's built up on its own, you can tell that it has a bit more blue pigment to it, just a tiny bit. Whereas if you tap it on, it really just looks like a clear topper with just with some maybe cooler glimmers coming through. All right, let's go with this micro glitter. I'm so excited for this shade. It looks so absolutely beautiful. I want to know what it's like. If you just tap it on, oh man, I love this formula. It's similar to the metallic, but it's a little bit more impactful. You can see micro glitters, but it's not crazy. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. That is really great. Let's instead of tapping it on, let's build it up a little bit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing. Let's put it over the shade. And that's just tapping over that shade. You can definitely see some micro glitters. It's not as intense as the Diamond Dimension, but you've got some packed pigment in there, and it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And last, but certainly not least, let's look at this one right here. So the last one is a crystal chrome. This is a crystal pop. Oh, wow. It has a way of being sparkly without being crazy glittery. All right, I would say that this, in terms of kind of effect, is somewhere between the Diamond Dimension and the crystal chrome. So the crystal pop is somewhat between the crystal chrome and the Diamond Dimension. Let's put it over a matte. Let's put it over this one. Those two seem like they would go really well together. Just tapped over, not even built up. Gorgeous. Oh, that's so pretty. You get the beautiful color payoff without it looking too glittery. You can see micro glitters, but It's different than the Natasha Denona. It's like they're finer and it doesn't look like individual glitter. I just build that up on its own. Oh yeah, you can get a nice effect on its own as well.